This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Symbols and rituals belong to the vital markers of religion or culture. They signify tradition and unity in the ceremony. Rituals make the divine approachable, as they serve as a link between an adherent and their God. Through prayers, Christians may address God and manifest their commitment. Symbols help Christians identify their brethren in faith, which can be attributed to non-Judeo-Christian religious cultures. Understanding the significance and cultural ties of symbols and rituals inspires fruitful discipleship relationships. Similarities in symbols and rituals. Christianity and Islam maintain specific customs dedicated to the church year, holidays, fasting, and symbols. Time of praying and anticipation is adorned with fasting, an essential Christian practice. Muslims also regard fasting with reverence, as it precedes their grand celebration, Ramadan. Adherents to Islam begin celebrating the last day of fasting 3 days before arranging family gatherings to reflect on their theology. Both Christians and Muslims use fasting to connect with the divine and show their reverence to God. The symbols of light and the sun are ever present in Christianity, manifesting hope, wisdom, and purity. The light of God's eternal guidance finds its form in the celebrating star. Islam is also connected to celestial bodies, namely, the moon and a star. Consequently, the mosques are adorned with the Qibla, a Muslim symbol of enlightenment. Islamic art is void of forms reminiscent of human bodies, so Muslims embellish mosques with geometrical patterns and nature. This fact symbolizes their devotion to their God, as it is prohibited in Islam to render an idol out of someone. The sentiment is shared by Christians, as they should not have other gods before me. Differences in symbols and rituals. Christianity and Islam belong to the world religions, so they share common virtues and principles, yet they significantly differ in the means of expressing those virtues and values behind common signals. Specifically, the most celebrated means of inclusion in Christianity is the cross. It is a promise of salvation with its ancient picture, the tree of life being another symbol of salvation directly linked to Christ's crucifixion. Now, by wearing a cross, Christians maintain a constant reminder of a promise and their responsibilities before God. The Muslims' duties are navigated through another means, namely the ritual of the 5 pillars. They manifest grounding Muslim virtues in the declaration of faith, prayers, alms, fasting, and pilgrimage. In this regard, Christianity emphasizes reconciling with God and reaching heaven, while Muslim rituals suggest the importance of living a faithful moral life and serving Allah. The way to avoid misunderstandings. The similarities might prove beneficial for the gospel. Adherents to Christianity share relevant virtues, so an evangelist would have a common ground with a Muslim, as Christ teaches his children to be benevolent, diligent, and seek the kingdom of God. Naturally, Christianity and Islam practice common signs to explain divine powers, so the reference in question may make Christ's teaching more approachable and relevant to an adherent to Islam. Yet, it is vital to emphasize the differences. It would be beneficial to clarify the distinctive features of Christianity, namely unity and inclusion, represented by a rainbow shown to Noah. To avoid misconceptions, evangelists may also specify the meaning of light and the purpose of enlightenment and share their story of finding God's light to strengthen the discipleship relationships. This way, a listener would receive a clear picture of what ties Christianity to other major religions and what makes Christ's teaching unique. Various symbols and rituals represent divine wisdom and assist in preaching Christ's way. Christians and Muslims share a distinct amount of virtues painted in similar signs and practices, and consequently, these similarities may help create a fruitful foundation for the gospel. Yet, it is essential to delegate personal experience and interpret the differences to avoid possible misconceptions. In this regard, one should remain reverent of Christ's teachings and the light of Christianity. Did you like this religious symbols and rituals in Christianity and Islam sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs.